Page 11 of the audit. There's a line that shows says governmental activities. So our cash and investments, the 5.561048, of that we have about 223,000 in HERF and 16,000 in LTF, and those are restricted to street-related activities. Now, we could use them for street maintenance or street projects, but they are restricted to that use. So when we say restricted, they're not to be used for anything other than street maintenance or street improvement. Okay, those are our restricted assets right there. So
the balance is cash.
the balance is cash. We work on cash basis. We don't look at our assets to pay for any of our operations, and we never have. And governments don't do that. It's cash that we have. And so
Thank you.
So out of the 5.7, let's say 5.4, I mean, is unrestricted cash that we can spend for operating government.
It's all liquid.
And it's all liquid. We can go pull it out of the bank tomorrow. I mean, if we had to. Our town finance is tied to the water company's finances. Since you control the destiny of the water company, it's considered, according to GASB, that it's the same entity and it must be merged in this consolidated financial statement, okay? So when you go through here, anything that says governmental activities is the town's operations. Anything that says business activities, that is the enterprise fund, the water fund, okay? So when you go through the audit, keep in mind when you look at it, there'll be a column that says government activities, that's what we're doing, and then the water fund, that's the water company's activities. And if you look in there, we have, somebody was speaking of the debt that we have, outstanding debt. And if you look on page 7, this is our outstanding debt right now. Governmental activities is $3.7 million. That's our ending balance. This is $2.9 million, which is the water company, the bond they have, and the loan, the money they are paying back to the town. So that's a total of 6.5 for the whole consolidated operation, okay? So that is all the debt that we have against $22 million in assets. 5.7 million of which is in liquid cash, okay? Reports that we have to give to the state on the LTAF2 funds, which is the money that we contributed to the Foothills Marine Corps for transportation usage. And so you'll see that in your packet. It looks like this. And it has the actual audited money that we gave to them and the money that we matched with it. Okay, that's what that report is about. The annual expenditure limitation is a report we have to give to the State Auditor General every year that we didn't exceed our expenditure limitations that the citizens set back in 1998. If you look at page 2, we were under that limitation by over $2 million, a little over $2 million. So we did not exceed the expenditure limitation. And that's what the Auditor General looks at.
Jim, with regard to the governmental activities and the debt, isn't the majority of that debt associated with the 1 million gallon water tank that we then get a lease payment from the water company? Is that?
Yeah, and that's included in the statements here.
Most of the long-term debt, the vast majority of the long-term debt, in one way or another, is directly associated with the water company. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
The purpose of this agenda item is to accept these 4 documents and the other document presented by Mr. Keene as audited financial statements fairly representing the town and accurately representing the town's financial status as of June 30, 2009. Are there comments, questions? Is there a motion to accept the audit?
Motion to accept the 2009 audit ending June 30th of 2009.
Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the audit presented tonight for June 30th, 2009. All those in favor of accepting the audit signify by saying aye. Opposed? The audit is accepted.